Hey guys, Late Game Reviewer here, and welcome to my channel. This is what happens when you try to give money to an idea. It can go wrong, and that's what happened with Reroll. What is Reroll, in case you don't know? Because if you try to go at their webpage, and yes, it's in my favorites here somewhere, future games, and Reroll, bam, 404 not found. That's what happens. This is their official statement, and there's something really important that I want to go in. But first, Reroll was supposed to be an, hold on your balls to that, a isometric, persistent, online, open-world survival action RPG. Jesus Christ, that's fucking long. Yeah, this was to, well, like in survival action RPG games, some kind of a persistent in. Their idea was, let's recreate Earth. At that point, I would say, you're fucking crazy, I'm not going to do that. But they had a good idea. Let's start with Montreal. It's an island, so yeah, why not? I mean, start with an island. There may be, I know there's other islands on planet Earth, so yeah, why not? You start small, then you grow big. And this was supposed to be the idea, but it didn't work. Why? In their statement, they said that, well, yeah, I guess statement, it's an email or something on Reddit here. There's an important paragraph on what they said here, but basically the whole thing says we made a lot of discussions and we talked and we talked and we talked and we talked and we talked. A lot of talking to other people, to even the Canadian media funds, which they got, that didn't work. Nothing worked. Except for 2 publishers. For whatever reason, they didn't accept it, or here's what I feel what they did, which was like one of the mistakes they did. Your money, my game. I call the shots. Fuck you, I'm the boss. You're not gonna tell me what I want or what I can do in my game, which was the first mistake, because everyone knows that when you work with a publisher, pull your pants down and get that lube ready, because they call the shots. They do everything they want. If they want you to cut certain features in a game, they will do it. If not, they cut everything down and you are canceled. That's what happened. Well, I can't say that's what happened, but this is what happens. In this one, it looks like one of the guys, one of the publishers, which there's an NDA so no one can talk about it, it says that they wanted to give more money than expected, but for whatever reason they still continue to talk. This is where the details are a bit fuzzy and blurry in here. There's no details at all. I don't know why, but you know what? You give me more money? Yeah, sure, we're going to give it, and we're going to make a deal and everything. Why not? And another publisher wanted to give less money, and they needed to adapt it and make hard decisions, like it says here. Cutting features important gameplay elements. Why not? Reroll game number 1, chapter 1, call it whatever the fuck you want. Reroll 1, Montreal Island. Let's see if it succeeds. Let's learn from our mistakes, including the developers that will make mistakes. Learn from there. Then Reroll 2 or Reroll whatever. Get larger. Another island, perhaps. I don't know. It could be anything. It could be, I don't know. Just, you start small, you end up big and bigger and bigger and bigger because you are a big success. But no, they continued to talk, like after months and months of discussion back and forth on every topic imaginable. For whatever reason, they didn't accept at that point. I do not know. Big mistake right there. Number 2 mistake, no communications whatsoever. I looked at their webpage and some places here and there. Big mistake on communication. No talk whatsoever, no roadmap. Like, what's happening? Look at Star Citizen, for fuck's sake. There's so many vlogs and information that they give. It's insane. That's what I want from a Kickstarter, from a project, from crowdfunding kind of projects. Look at EVE Online. They still have, which is mind-boggling to me, because this is kind of it's the same thing as World of Warcraft in space with lasers and ships, you know? It's an MMO, it's kind of, well, it is persistent, not like WoW, but it's the same thing, you know, or almost the same thing. It's an MMO, it happens only in space instead of the Earth and everything. Well, on a planet somewhere. They have ships. It's a persistent world. You get subscriptions. Well, you pay for a subscription, and that's it. For whatever reason, it still works, you know. It's not the first time that this exists. And, yeah, and for Reroll, no. And even they have, like, communications. Like, they have this kind of weekly blog or something going on. They give information about their game. This should have been... There's so many red flags in there. Like, so many. As in, this is too big. The Earth, you want to map it, like, completely? You're fucking crazy. No way, I'm not going to do... This should be the #1 flag. Number 2 is the lack of communication. When you know a company or anything that makes, like, that is on Kickstarter, early access, that don't give information, it's a big red flag. There's no success because they're busy doing something else rather than, you know what? People gave money for our game. Let's give them information. How much time does that take? Not a lot. Well, not a lot. There's some effort involved, but you know what I mean. Just give details, give information. People will be pleased. That's not the case here for whatever reason. I don't know. It seems to be weird. Like a lot of things. This paragraph alone is really weird. They could have had like a success right there, even with the one that said like they wanted to cut the features and important gameplay elements. I don't know why. I would have accepted it, of course. I mean, it's not what I wanted in first place, but it's a good start, you know. It gauges the publisher if this is going to be a success, and if so, who knows? Maybe they're going to give more money. It's like when you start a new job, you know. If you want a raise, well, you got to work for it. And like nothing's free in life, so why the fuck would that be free? Oh man, there's so many red flags in there, and yeah, and I don't know why, but some people pay $300 for that. I don't get it. This is a crowdfunding project. This should not exist. Kickstarter webpage should not. This is my opinion. It should not exist. There's literally no power to me. I give money to someone. I gave money for Star Citizen. That could fail. It's still not complete here, but it still could fail. I could lose my money. I didn't give a lot, like 25 or something. I want to know if this is going to be a success. If so, I don't know. Maybe I'm going to give more money. And same thing with Reroll. They gave money. Like some of them gave like $300. There's one dude here. Should be in here somewhere. Yeah, and I heard da-da-da. No, I can't even remember, but yeah, this one dude here. Moist Potatoes. He gave like $300, and there's another guy who replies, yeah, you and I both. So they gave like $300. Will they get their money back? No. Well, kinda, but it's called BIOS? Yeah, BIOS. A $16.99 game on Steam. And you know what? It's still in early access, so same thing can happen to them. For whatever fucking reason, you know? This is such a big joke, you know? That's why I say no pre-order and no crowdfunding. And yes, pre-order, it's the same fucking thing. There's no written rules anywhere that says this is what pre-order is. It's a big... It's a big open bar for gaming companies. Companies can do anything they want with pre-orders. They write the rules for their pre-orders. A company could come in, like Ubisoft could come in and say, you know what? We have a project. This is what happens. We want pre-orders. They just want to know if this works. That happened to Shenmue with Sony. That's what they did. It's called Kickstarter. They just wanted to gauge the interest of people. If this was going to be a success. Capcom, they didn't do a Kickstarter. Did they? I don't know. For Resident Evil 2, like for a remake. It took them like years and probably months. Well, yeah, probably months. Like years to figure out that people wanted a remake. You know? Kickstarter is bad. Pre-order is bad. Crowdfunding is bad. I don't like it. I want it to go away. Or at least I want the power. I want this to be a law or a rule somewhere. If I give money, like a deposit, I want it back. In Canada, we have this. We have the power for that. Well, kind of. No, we don't. Yeah, that's right. In Canada, at least here in Quebec, when you give a deposit, you have no power. You give money to the store and that's it. They can fuck you over. They could even, like, they could lie to your face, you know. Sorry, there's no, whatever you gave money for, like XYZ object or whatever, we don't have it. We can't give you money. We're going to give you a credit store instead. It's legal. It's that shitty. So you got to be aware of these things, first of all. So when you give money for a pre-order or crowdfunding, make sure it's going to be a success. That's not going to happen, so you know what? Don't give it at all. That's my opinion. Don't pre-order. Don't do anything with Kickstarter. Stay away from Kickstarter. Just look at it. Put it in your bookmarks, in your favorites, whatever. When it's a success, buy the game. Oh, and yeah, go on YouTube to look at some videos to see if it's good or not. Do your fucking job. And for the people who paid $300, no shame on you, man. It's your fault. It's people like you that I would say that the websites that Kickstarter exist. It's people like you that pre-order games, that the pre-order thing or the pre-order system keeps going on. It's still going and it's really popular and it's not going away. It's people like you, because you're impatient. I don't know. If I have an idea, I'm going to do my job, first of all. If I don't have money, I'm going to do... Will I ask someone money for that? I would feel really... Like, that's me, but I wouldn't do it. I'd feel really big, like, really fucking bad for that. Especially if it failed. I don't want to be in their shoes, like the people... who are they again? Yeah, Julien Cuny and Louis-Pierre Ferrand. I don't want to be in their shoes, man. I'm pretty sure they can't sleep. Oh, shit, no, man. I'm pretty sure they can't sleep. Anyways, I am out. Tell me what you think about Reroll, the crowdfunding, the Kickstarter, and the pre-order, and all that stuff. I want to hear your opinions on that. See you later, guys.